The Beatles' P.S. I Love You, a tender ballad from their 1962 debut single, as the B-side to Love Me Do, offers a fascinating glimpse into the band's early artistry and enduring legacy. Written primarily by Paul McCartney with contributions from John Lennon, the song was recorded during a pivotal moment as the Beatles transitioned from Liverpool hopefuls to global icons. Released on October 5, 1962 in the UK by Parlophone, it showcases their knack for crafting simple yet emotionally resonant pop tunes. Welcome along, fellow Beatle people. This time around, I'm going to share with you 10 fascinating facts about P.S. I Love You, delving into its creation, significance, and lasting impact, woven into a narrative that celebrates its place in music history. Number 1. It was inspired by a long-distance love letter. P.S. I Love You emerged from Paul McCartney's imagination during a period of separation from his then-girlfriend, Dot Rohn, while the Beatles were honing their craft in Hamburg, Germany, in 1961. McCartney has said the song was conceived as a letter to someone far away, reflecting his longing to stay connected despite the distance. The title and lyrics mimic the structure of a handwritten note, with the P.S. postscript adding a personal, affectionate touch, a nod to the epistolary romance of the era. This real-life inspiration grounds the song in McCartney's early experiences, giving it an authentic, emotional core that resonated with listeners. Number 2. Written before their Parlophone deal. Though recorded in 1962, P.S. I Love You was penned in 1961, predating the Beatles' signing with Parlophone Records. During their Hamburg residency, McCartney and Lennon collaborated on the track, with McCartney taking the lead. It was one of several songs they workshopped in Germany, alongside Love Me Do, as they built a repertoire for their return to Liverpool. This pre-fame origin underscores the band's grassroots creativity, crafting material in smoky clubs long before producer George Martin polished their sound. By the time it reached the studio, the song was a well-rehearsed gem from their formative days. Number 3. Recorded with a stand-in drummer. The recording of P.S. I Love You on June 6, 1962 at EMI Studios, later Abbey Road, marked a significant moment. It was one of the first Beatles tracks captured under George Martin's watch during their audition for Parlophone. However, Ringo Starr, who had recently joined the band, didn't play on it. Martin, unimpressed with original drummer Pete Best's timing during the audition, brought in session drummer Andy White for the official session on September 11, 1962. Ringo was relegated to tambourine, a decision that stung but highlighted the band's early reliance on studio expertise as they refined their sound. 4. A B-side that outshone expectations. Released as the B-side to Love Me Do, P.S. I Love You wasn't intended to be the star of the single, yet its gentle melody and heartfelt lyrics quickly won fans, often overshadowing the A-side in critical reception. While Love Me Do peaked at number 17 in the UK and later number 1 in the US in 1964, P.S. I Love You became a beloved track in its own right, featured on the UK compilation Please Please Me in 1963 and the US album Introducing the Beatles in 1964. Its charm as a B-side reflects the Beatles' ability to pack quality into every corner of their output. Number 5. A Latin twist in the arrangement. The song's instrumentation carries a subtle Latin flavor, setting it apart from typical early Beatles fare. Andy White's percussion, featuring maracas alongside the tambourine, gives it a bossa nova-like rhythm, while McCartney's bass line and Lennon's acoustic guitar strumming evoke a breezy, romantic vibe. McCartney later cited influence like Buddy Holly and Latin American music, which he encountered through radio and records. This unexpected twist adds sophistication to the track, hinting at the eclectic experimentation that would define the Beatles' later work. Number 6. Lyrical simplicity with emotional depth. The lyrics of P.S. I Love You are deceptively straightforward. As I write this letter, send my love to you. Remember that I'll always be in love with you. Yet beneath the simplicity lies a poignant sincerity. The repetition of treasure these few words, and the titular postscript amplifying the longing, turning a basic love song into a tender plea. McCartney's lead vocals, harmonized by Lennon and George Harrison, delivers it with a warmth that elevates the words beyond cliché. This balance of accessibility and emotion became a Beatles trademark, making the song an early showcase of their songwriting prowess. Number 7, banned by the BBC? Well, sort of. In a quirky footnote, P.S. I Love You faced scrutiny from the BBC due to a misunderstanding. Some at the broadcaster mistook the title for a reference to a 1934 Cole Porter song of the same name, raising concerns about promoting an older, copyrighted work. Though not an outright ban, this confusion led to limited airplay initially, as the BBC hesitated to feature it. The Beatles version, of course, was an original, and the mix-up was eventually cleared up, but it's a curious example of early hurdles they faced in gaining radio traction. Number 8, a song without a live performance. Unlike many Beatles classics, P.S. I Love You was never performed live by the band, at least not in any documented concert. Its studio-crafted nature, reliant on White's session drumming and the layered harmonies, made it less suited to their raucous early gigs at venues like the Cavern Club. Even as their fame grew, the song remained a recording artifact rather than a stage staple. This rarity enhances its mystique, tying it to the intimate, crafted sound of their debut era rather than the live energy of Beatlemania. Number 9, covered by artists across decades. P.S. I Love You has inspired a range of covers, reflecting its enduring appeal. In 1964, Peter and Gordon, a British duo, released a version that capitalized on its gentle charm. Later, artists like Ronnie Spector in 1999 and the Smithereens in 2007 reinterpreted it, with Spector's soulful take and the Smithereens' rock edge showcasing its versatility. These covers span genres and eras, affirming the song's status as a timeless piece of the Beatles' catalog, adaptable yet distinctly theirs. Number 10, a stepping stone to global stardom. While not their biggest hit, P.S. I Love You played a crucial role in the Beatles' ascent. Its inclusion on their debut single introduced McCartney's romantic balladry to the world, complementing Lennon's edgier contributions. The song's polish, thanks to George Martin's production, signaled the band's potential beyond raw rock and roll, laying groundwork for the sophistication of Rubber Soul and Sgt. Pepper's. Reaching number 10 on the US charts in 1964, as part of the Love Me Do singles re-release, it helped fuel Beatlemania, proving their early material could captivate across the Atlantic. In conclusion, P.S. I Love You may lack the bombast of Hey Jude or the innovation of A Day in the Life, but its quiet brilliance encapsulates the Beatles' early magic, born from McCartney's longing in Hamburg, shaped by Lennon's collaboration and refined under Martin's guidance. It's a snapshot of a band on the cusp of greatness. The Latin-tinged arrangement, emotional lyrics, and unexpected B-side success highlight their versatility, while its recording quirks like Andy White's drums and the BBC kerfuffle add historical texture. Never performed live, yet endlessly covered, it remains a cherished relic of 1962, when four lads from Liverpool became a part of music history. So, what do you think of the song P.S. I Love You? When you listen to it, does it shuttle you back to another time and place? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Kindly remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Please check out the links below to learn how to support my research and productions. Kindly be kind to all of our fellow Earthlings, and please do not harm them. And do yourself a favor and go to a local shelter and adopt a cat or a dog or both. You and they will be very glad that you did. Until next time, I wish you safe travels on all your journeys.